Yeah, you're outside the city of of um, Bombodic, and let me share that map. There, share, and get the size, and you've been out, we'll say, trying your luck, adventuring and like that out around the tip right here of Albonic, and you've you've had some travelers come to and fro. Things have been a little bit rough for you. You haven't found. We could say you've been panning for some gold on the river cusp there, and you haven't come up with it. But you've had other adventurers that have floated back and forth and have taken some time to stop and visit, have a cold ale with you, or some cold water, or some tea, and maybe share a little bit of food and a day and some talking. And you heard about this curse that the Green Hag has placed upon a couple of adventurers that were out in Mistwood, and she has put a bounty on their head, and looking to have them preferably captured alive and brought to her out into the woods north of Mistwood. But and she said she would grant a boon slash favor.
Give me 1 second, Charles. Someone's just calling me.
Yep, no problem.
Hello, Charles?
Yes.
Sorry, somebody was just calling me.
Oh, that's all right.
Should be having some food.
I'm kind of losing your audio. You're getting robotic, but
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, sorry.
That's all right.
Delivery guy said he was outside, but he's not. So this curse, the hags put a bounty out?
Yes, this hag is out into the darker elements of society in Areawood. She's put this on out because they've hurt her honor by beating her back in combat. So she wants justice and revenge on this archer and this rogue that was out there. In fact, let me see if can. I'll give you their names. Oh, why did I do that? I didn't even do that. Just go over here to the fence because they were in there, and one is was a gnome that was going by the name Nocent. The other is a halfling rogue. He didn't put his information there, so
Sorry, I'm back.
as far as that, so but there's a halfling rogue that's traveling with this archer. That,
Okay.
The bounty is on those two. As far as that.
To what extent are bounties legal in this part of the world?
It depends upon who issued the bounty and what town, what leader or council or
Sure.
royalty, or in this case, on this Underdark portion, or it's not really Underdark, she's not Underdark, but on the darker side of Slippery, that, they have their bounties just like the lawful do, because they have their own sense of law and order, or lack of,
Okay, that makes sense.
and code. And to her code has been violated by them coming and harassing her, beating her, taking some of her goods that she was trying to steal and waylay away and such.
So the bounty's been put out because they took stuff that she was trying to steal?
Yes, from Mistwood.
Got it.
That was going up to Lamet. Up there on where the cursor's going back and forth, up here on the ice lake, on the lower portion. There's been thievery been happening on the trade route that was between Mistwood and there, and on the overland trade route. They were trying to find out, and the merchants in Mistwood and like that were trying to find out why and what was causing it, and they found out that it was this Green Hag that was causing it, and she had certain allies.
So they went and tried to put a stop to her.
They went to try to ensure that the next wagon would make it there, but the next wagon didn't make it there because the Teamster got injured highly, so they decided to turn around and go back to Mistwood, and she sent some adversaries out after them, and they had a hard battle, and they ran from Mistwood heading out for the next town, being Babonic. So you know that there's that bounty that's out. You got a general description. You hear all kinds of wild tales about what happened, from the outrageous to the less than reasonable to reasonable. And it seems like everybody that had stopped by your camp has had a different rendition of the tale.
Is there anything between the tellings that is consistent that would lead me to believe that it's more true than the other things?
Well, the consistency that's in it is that the archer was a gnome, and the rogue was a halfling, and they're both females. And
okay, that's interesting.
Let's see here. Was there anything else that would be consistent between some of the stories? that they were fairly resourceful as far as that, and were very hard fighters. So the one a little slipperier than the other, but very handy in a fight. So those would be the consistency. How far out that they go from basically a whirling dervish style shooting of arrows at the hags minions and such, or the sword play and dagger play of out from the dark and the guerrilla tactics to the fact of they just got lucky renditions, and you have the more cynical saying they were lucky to survive that, but yet they were chased out from Mistwood by some strange creatures, and you would strange dark creatures. You that would be consistent also.
Okay. Are there any rumors that they've arrived anywhere? They were chased out of Mistwood. Have they arrived?
They haven't arrived. They crossed the river, and they were just outside. They were probably about a half day's when they stopped, or a day travel, give or take, from reaching Babonic, the city there. They stopped, and they had rested there to collect their thoughts and figure out which way they wanted to go, and to see if anybody was following, because they were not going in a straight line. They were, zigzagging around to try to throw the
people pursuing them off the
pursuers off the scent, so to say.
Got it. So could they be considered missing at the minute then?
Yeah, they could be possibly considered missing or hiding.
Okay, I think at that point, that's probably what would get my character sort of involved in this, is this idea that they're missing, they could be in trouble, and as such, he would probably head out to try and see if he could find them, to see if he could help them out of whatever kind of trouble they were in. He considers himself to be sort of somewhat metagaming, but sort of lawful good in terms of alignment.
Yeah, no problem.
And he likes to offer aid whenever he can. So he would head out. He would head out in that direction.
Towards Mistwood?
Towards Mistwood. He would have his sort of general that trusty warhammer and his shield. His shield has his holy symbol inscribed on it.
Okay.
And he would head out.
All right. As you're heading on out, you've had a good breakfast. You've heard these tales. You collected your camp. We'll say it's let's see here. Yeah. Oh, I like that die. I'll have to remember to use that against you. It's about 12 o'clock noon. You're not a lot of forest, but there's where you're at is some kind of rolling grasslands, mild hills, a tree here and there, but not like the forest that's off towards Ice Lake, which is thicker and heavier that you'll see. And as you're going along and like that, how are you staying on course?
If it's possible, he would have tried to sort of requisition a map from the military force that he was with,
Okay, that's no problem.
I believe he's also proficient with, I say I believe, he is proficient with land vehicles.
Okay,
So I don't know whether that would help at all.
not with this per se, but when you left the service of the Bubonic Guard, uh, one of the things that you had that were given to you was a standard map of the area, not a very high detail, but it's a standard one that we'll say it's about a medium grade map.
Okay, cool.
I mean, it's not just an X here and X there with a name here and there and like that, but it actually has reference and a legend, but it's just not a very precise map.
That's fine. So he would be trying to use that to stay on course.
Okay, give me a nature check, not nature, but survival rather. Or if nature's better for you, yeah, I could use that because that's you're reading the map and topograph that falls under nature.
That's a 16.
All right. Well, you're staying on course. You feel you come on up. You've been following down the river there, which has helped you with staying on course because you know from the map that if you follow down the river out to the ocean, if you went that way, Mistwood would be across the river, or you could try to more direct route by going across the river and then trying to find it from there. But at the moment, they will have you traveling down the river, and you've gotten yourself about here.
About where, sorry?
About
Oh,
right,
yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
right there.
Okay, cool.
As far as that, so you're at this point where you have an option on which way you want to go.
And they were last rumored to be around Mistwood?
Well, they left Mistwood, and they rumor had it that they were headed towards your town of Bombonic.
Okay. Is there an obvious crossing point between Mistwood and Bobonic?
No. Which you find is strange because it's a pretty good sized river.
Yeah.
And you know that they do certain trades between the towns up and down the rivers here, so but you haven't noticed any on the map. It hasn't showed any bridge crossings.
Sure.
Almost like everything is being ferried from town to town.
They're using the river because it's probably safer.
I don't know about safer, but it costs less.
Sure.
Than building roads and trails.
That makes sense. How difficult do I think it would be to cross the river at this point?
Yeah. Give me a nature check on that, so you could judge it.
It's an 8.
An 8. You think it shouldn't be too hard. you feel that you look up and down the river, it doesn't look to be really rushing really bad as far as that. You're not sure how deep it is.
Yeah, that's my concern. Okay. I think I'll continue down this side of the river
Okay.
and see if I can find a slightly narrower crossing point.
Okay.
Not sure that will be able to do it.
Roll me a roll me a what's your passive perception?
16.
16. You notice a shadow move off on your southern side.
Okay.
You don't know exactly what it is, but in the taller grass, it looked like some kind of beast or something running through the grass.
Interesting. Yeah, I think Kilbar will drop his Warhammer and go and investigate.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, go ahead and roll an ish. So
Roll what, sorry?
Initiative.
Excellent. 16.
All right. As you're coming on up, this small lizard-like creature with a shield jumps on up and hollers something in a language. What languages do you know?
I see. Just common and dwarfish.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of hissing and such. And he throws a javelin at you. All right. 17 hit you?
Not with my shield.
Okay. So it hits on your shield, bounces off, and he's all of about 40 feet from you.
Okay. Kilbar. Can I have him make a wisdom save, please? Kilbar raises his shield and casts Soul the Dead.
Oh, yeah, he does have a wisdom modifier. But, let's see here. What's this other here? Okay, that doesn't apply. All right, a 10.
That doesn't meet my DC. My DC is 14.
Okay.
So he takes 4 points of necrotic damage as Silvar casts Toll the Dead. Toll the Dead, sorry. And Silvar progresses forward cautiously with his shield raised 25 feet.
All right. How many points damage do you say?
4.
4. and he hisses at you and reaches around his back for a spear, and he's going to chuck that at you. And that will be a crit.
Okay.
Here, so you'll get okay, 8 points of yeah, 8 points of piercing damage, where you have a spear that came in and hit into your shoulder.
Damn, okay. That hurt.
You see him jumping up and down, hissing like he's jumping up and down with joy.
Okay. Does he move away from me at all?
He'll go ahead and he'll move back 15 feet.
So he's 30 feet away. Okay. So, Kilda mumbles a few words in Dwarvish.
Okay.
Dwarvish. And a flash of light streaks out of his shield. Bright golden light.
Okay.
And he's going to cast Guiding Bolt.
All right.
That's a 23 to hit.
That hits.
46 radiant damage.
Don't take much.
So he takes 11 points of radiant damage.
Okay. And he hisses loudly, or what sounds to be like a hiss.
I think Kilwell will probably back up slightly. Maybe 10 feet. 15 feet.
Okay. And he's gonna dash off.
Okay, that's enough. Kilwell won't presume.
Say what?
Kilwell doesn't follow him.
Oh, he's
Little things
gonna
moving way too fast to catch.
He's gonna dash off, and the direction that you guys are right here. He's actually gonna go in kind of this direction, out towards the grasslands here, and the rolling hills. And let's see here, him and his scaly self. Alrighty. And he tries to hide, but you're able to see him because he'll hit the ground and pop up, and look around and trying to get away. You definitely feel like you've hurt him as far as that.
Okay. Seems risky to use my second spell slot, but Kilwell will use he'll move forward 25 feet, and as he does, he casts Cure Wounds on himself.
Okay.
Because he's hurt.
Now, I'm going to ask one question. So, in as far as that, and don't take it wrongly, please. I just want to know: did you look at the UAG player's guide with rest?
I did, yes, and then I
Okay.
probably forgot about it.
All right. Well, I'm just trying to bring it on up because you are by yourself at the moment. So,
Yeah, so resting's going to be a nightmare.
well, it could be as far as that. The intent's not really to kill you either. So, not by yourself out here.
Yeah,
But it's
the
just
problem is that crit really hurt.
it's just the resource management and such.
Yes, thank you for reminding me. I had forgotten about that. Hmm.
It's a little
So,
more critical by yourself than it is if you were with a group.
for sure. And sorry about that. He was, yeah. So I don't think he will cast Cure Wounds because that he only has two first level spell slots.
Okay. I just don't want you to get yourself in a situation. That's all. Or
No, that's
trying
great.
not
I'm
to.
grateful. So in that case, Kilwar will back right off. He wanted to know what was going on here. It is what I'm assuming was a kobold. Can I, assuming it is a kobold, can I roll a check to see what I know about them?
Yeah. You can roll. What do you think it is?
A kobold?
Yeah. You could. Yeah. Go ahead and roll either knowledge history, knowledge nature, or let's see. Is there anything else I could or a straight up intelligence roll?
So we'll go with nature.
All right.
And I got a 15.
All right. Yeah, you definitely know that it's a kobold.
I think specifically what he would be looking for in terms of trying to recall is whether they're likely to be lone hunters or whether they tend to travel in groups.
Most of the time, you know that they're more of a pack mentality. But on occasions, they have been known to be by themselves. You do, from this one, you do seem to figure that it's a non-typical one than the general knowledge that you remember of the kobolds. He seemed a little bit more fierce.
Okay. I think Kilwell's got a real interest in killing it. Okay, so Kilwell just sort of backs away, keeping his eyes on where it is, but backs up to the path that he was following.
Okay. No problem. He does. You don't seem to notice him following you because he's like I said, he's hitting down onto the grass, popping his head on up and like that. But with his injury and whatnot, he makes enough racket and enough waving of the grass that breaks it that your passive perception is picking him on off where you're able to keep track. And he seems to be hobbling on off.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I'd forgotten just how dangerous level 1 adventuring was.
Well, yeah, and you hurt him pretty good. He's a tough. He could be he could be a tough one for a first level character. However, he's he's first level stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
as far as that. But you injured him pretty good, so he knows he needs to go and get healed up.
Yeah.
And maybe get the rest of the pack.
Great. So yeah, Kovar pulls up the map, puts his shield, puts his warhammer back in his belt, and takes a look at the map and then follows down the river.
All right. The rest of the day, we'll say get down to about here after that event. Goes uneventful. The breezes are coming around. No more attacks or anything. You don't notice anything. You do see maybe a stray bird fly overhead, and you'll notice maybe a field mice or two running around looking for food. And that'll bring us on up to about where it's about 6 o'clock at night. The light is starting to fade. It's not dark yet, but it's leaving you with the decision of whether or not to make camp or trudge on. So, what's your decision? Hello?
Give me 1 second, Charles.
Okay, no problem. I didn't know if I just lost you, or what was. That's all. It's not a major. I mean, we're working through this.
Sorry, Charles.
Well, that's
Eat something that got stuck in my throat.
oh, that's fine. Take care of you. We don't need you choking and falling out on us.
Okay, yes. He will start to set him just off to the side of the room.
All right. And how are you setting up the camp? Is it a hot camp? Is it a cold camp?
Sorry. Certainly a hot camp with a fire.
All right.
Let's see if he's got a tent in his adventure. Okay, quick roll. He does not. Okay. What's the weather like at this time of the year around here?
It's a little cool for the time of the year that it's going on right now. It could, for some, it could be considered cold. A hardy dwarf, it may just be. They may just consider it cool.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so he'll start.
Okay, you'll get a fire started, no problem.
pulls out a tinderbox and whatever.
How big of a fire?
Not a very big one.
Okay.
Just enough to provide some light, a little bit of warmth.
All right.
And then he just, I guess before we lose too much of the light, he will head into the sort of off to the side of the road and see if he can find like a rabbit or something.
All right. Give me a survival check.
Can I roll a survival check to see what he knows about eating creatures that are being killed with necrotic damage?
Yeah, survival knowledge. Either one, I'd let you.
So it's a 17 on survival.
On the survival, okay. You see what looks to be like a muskrat standing on the edge of the bank.
On my edge of the bank?
Yes.
Cool.
He'll be about 20 feet from you.
Okay, got it. Yeah, so I'm just going to roll a quick survival to see if eating things you've killed with necrotic energy is a bad idea.
Okay.
I don't know that it would be, but we'll find out. Okay, that's a 6.
You think that there's no problem with that at all? Dead is dead.
Okay, cool. Then he casts Hold the Dead on it.
Okay. I'm not even going to bother with a saving throw for it. The muskrat is dead.
So, Kilbar wanders over, picks it up, and then proceeds to prepare it for eating.
Okay.
Well, cook it and eating.
How are you preparing?
So he pulls out a dagger that he's got from his time in the army,
Okay.
and proceeds to skin it.
You're going to skin it and take the guts out?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was kind of getting
No problem.
at. And you're going to cook it over the fire. How are you going to cook it over the fire? Are you going to put it on a stick, or are you going to just kind of throw it on the hot coals and toss it about with a poker stick? Or
I think what he'll do is, how are there any like a wooded area that he might find a sharp stick or something?
There's not too many, but you'll be able to find with the survival check that you had and everything. You'll find a tree or two that are around where you can find a stick that would be, you think, usable.
Okay, so he'll do that. He'll cut the muskrat up into sort of square pieces, or square-ish pieces, cubes, to help it cook quicker.
Okay. And you're smelling the smell come off. You hear the sizzle of the fat from the muskrat drop into the fire there, and you hear the pss, pss, and the smoke will billow up lightly a little bit, and it carries the scent into the air as far as that. But after about, we'll say, hour, you think that it's done.
Okay. Yeah, once it's done, he'll pull it up, pull it off the fire, and proceed to eat the cube.
All right. Give me a Constitution check.
Mm-hmm. I'll come to if it helps. I'm very difficult to poison.
Well, it's not really poison per se.
No. That's a 12.
A 12? What? it really tastes. It's edible, but it's about the best that you could say about it.
Yeah, I think that would be the case. But fed is not hungry, and hungry is not dead.
Yep. So you have that and such that's going on. What do you?
Yeah, he's really just starting to wind down for a day. He's probably got a little bit more time before he would usually head to sleep, so he will pull out his warhammer and run through some of the sort of fighting forms,
Okay.
um, just to keep that in mind. He spends a little bit of time praying to Borodin.
You doing anything to tend to your wounds or anything?
Yeah, because I really should. He'll do what he can to try and catch himself up.
All right. Do you have a healer's kit?
I don't believe so, no. So it's going to be minimal.
Alrighty. You have proficiency in medicine?
Let me double check my character sheet. I do in fact have proficiency in medicine, yeah, I have plus.
Go ahead and I'll let you make a medicine check with disadvantage since you don't have the healing kit, would you?
With disadvantage, it's 10.
A 10. Okay. You're able. You're doing a sloppy job. You don't have everything that you need. You possibly would be kind of cursing yourself underneath your breath, saying, "I should have brought that with me. Should have got one." Man, I'm a rookie. I'm acting just like a rookie, like those little noobs back in the platoon. And like that. But you'll get a hit point back for staunching and compressing and keeping it. It's just that it's a very rough, rudimentary patch job that you've done where the spear hit you. As far as
buy more medical supplies at the next time.
You setting up a watch or doing anything for that, or just gonna?
I guess he'll do what he can, but he's aware that this is going to be difficult. How far down the river has he got at this point?
All right, let me go and share this. Share. All right, you are right here. You're kind of halfway, kind of down the river. You see?
Okay. Yeah, he knows there's not much he can do because he's got to sleep. So he will do. He's probably got a much better idea of how to do this kind of thing than I have. So he'll do whatever he can.
Okay. What? I'll help you out with that. What supplies do you have on you?
Let's see. So he's got backpack, obviously, bedroll, his holy symbol, which is on his shield, mess kit, some rations, 50 feet of hempen rope, tinderbox, torch, and water skin, and a bedroll.
Okay. So, as an old soldier, you'll know that you could kind of make a warning line, a line possibly with the rope, tying it with a couple stakes up off the ground, like a trip line. Take and hang some of your mess kit on it, and maybe some of the bones from the muskrat that was left over. As far as
rudimentary alarm system.
Yep, nothing that's going to be tremendous, but would give you a sense that you've done something with what you had.
Okay, sure, let's do that. Makes sense.
And we're going through the night and such, and give me a perception check.
19.
19. Okay. You hear not your tripwire going off, but you hear some crunching of the grass off away from you, probably because the wind shifted, then blowing back towards you from the interior towards you. You figure it sounds like maybe 100 feet off or so. Do you sleep or?
He doesn't, but he does try and make it look like he is sleeping.
Okay.
But kind of trying to sort of peek through closed eyes kind of thing with one hand on his warhammer.
All right.
His thinking here is that he doesn't want to startle something that's not actually going to attack him, because then he's going to have to fight. But at the same time, he wants to be prepared.
Alrighty. And let's see. 26. 19. Okay. And as you're lying there, you don't hear the sounds anymore.
Okay, that's good.
Are you going back to sleep?
Yes. He'll give it half an hour or so. And if still nothing happens, then he'll head off back to sleep.
Okay. Give me a perception check with advantage. Since you are a heightened up, you've got that pucker factor, I'll give you advantage on it.
22.
All right, you think off, actually away from you, you might have heard something.
Further away than it was before?
Say what?
Is that further away than it was before?
Actually sounds closer.
Closer, okay.
From your judgment, you'd say it might be 30 feet away from
you. Looking in that direction, sort of rolling over, looking in that direction. Do I see anything? Do we have dark
30
vision?
feet away. Can you see in the dark?
Yeah, 60 feet.
60 feet. Okay. And go ahead and roll. Uh, roll me either an investigation or a perception.
17 perception.
Okay. No, you don't seem to see anything.
He'll get up slowly. Warhammer in one hand, pick up a shield and put it onto his other arm. And then head over that way. The way that he had the sound from.
Okay. Go ahead and let's roll on this. Get that out of the road.
This is not the right roll. 10.
All right. Okay. You beat one and you don't beat the other. As you're going towards the one that you thought you heard, out from the dark, and Elvis, you'll hear a battle cry of the hag will have you, and we'll have our desserts. And let's see here. They're not using it there. So that's a +5. So I will take it that a 14 does not hit you.
No.
Okay. And it's your go.
So I still don't see anything at this point.
You didn't really see anything. You heard, and that was out in front of you. This, which you could, now that it tried to attack and kind of failed, you could feel it scrape across your back. Something.
Okay. Thoradin says, Kilbar. Kilbar says, in the name of Moradin, I command you to cease your hostilities against me. I am not one of those whom the hag has placed a bounty on. Be on your way, and I may yet let you live. And then he takes his dodge action.
Oh, okay. And the one that's actually in front of you will try to strike. With a 22.
What does the dodge action actually do?
It gives you, I think, +4 if I'm not mistaken, but it's easy enough to find out.
Attack rolls against me have disadvantage. I have advantage on dex saves.
Right. 15 then.
Okay, no, that one doesn't.
And that didn't hit you, right?
No.
All right. You see this dark, cloaked individual kind of standing in front of you that was striking at you.
Uh-huh.
And let me see here. I want to give you a little better. And he's about the same size as you are, not very tall. Actually, maybe a little bit smaller.
Okay.
As as far as that. And then the one that was in the back of you swing to try to hit you, and he fails. Almost like he stumbled. You feel him almost like he stumbled and fell into your back. And it's your
Okay.
go.
I really don't want to type. How many creatures are within 5 feet of me?
Well, there's 1, 2.
Okay, can I have them both make Constitution saving throws, please?
Okay. Let me see any mods or cons. Okay. One's a 9 and the other is a 20.
Okay, so the one that got 20 passes. As Kilvar speaks a word in Dwarvish, another brilliant light erupts from the shield. This time he's casting Word of Radiance. So it's just 1d6 damage. Yeah, so the one that got a 9 takes 5 points of damage, radiant damage.
Okay. You said a 9, and that's the one behind you.
Okay. Yeah, that's all he can do.
Oh, okay. And you hear in an elvish, sylvan kind of tongue, somewhere's in there because there's so much agony and pain, a holler of agony.
Okay.
Okay, that was you. The other one, its attack. And it trips and falls in front, swinging at you, and rolls off the right side of it.
Okay.
And the other one that took the damage, he'll pick himself up because he tripped. So half his movement. And 18, does that hit you?
It does, yeah.
Okay. You get a dagger that's stuck into the back of your rib cage, and that will be okay. All right. That'll be 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And your go.
Yeah, I've got 1 hit point. There's one within range of me.
Say what?
Is there one still within range?
Both of them are still in range. The one is prone on the ground, 5 feet from you, and the other was 5 feet from you in the back that kind of got you in the back up on the rib.
Okay. I'm going to bonus action healing word on myself.
Okay.
Because I can't afford not to.
All right. Give yourself the max on that.
Okay. Thank you. And then with my action, I'm going to attack the one that's prone in front of me.
Okay. You have advantage if you're attacking them with a melee weapon.
Yes, I am. With my weapon.
Okay.
Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Excellent. So he takes 9 points of damage, bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Looking rough. Alrighty. Anything else?
Thoradin will just say, if you leave now, you may leave with your lives.
And they don't understand what you're saying, so
He says it in common, but
they don't. It doesn't seem like they understand what you're saying. And I'll give you that much. And so the other one will try to that did hit you. Will try to get you again. 16 hit you?
No.
All right. He misses, and it's your go.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to. Can I have them both make Constitution saving throws, please?
Ready?
DC 14.
First one has an 8, the second one has a 9. So they both fail.
Okay, so Kilbar shouts the same word in Dwarvish, which is just light. And the same radiant light is, except this time, both of them take 4 points of radiant damage.
Okay. And as that radiant damage comes down and hits. Oh, man, that sucks. Make 2 Constitution saving throws.
So one of them is a 22,
All right.
and the other one is a 16.
All right, you passed on that. Which is good. They flame up and kind of blow up in fire. It flashes, and from each one, it's a 10-foot radius from their body and possessions. And it just flashes up fire. And that all you'll see is a couple daggers on the ground next to some ash, a pile of ash.
Okay. Yeah, so he will pick up the 2 daggers, because why not?
You have 2 mundane daggers, but that are very nice, and they're kind of made out of a blackish material. Not really iron, but very resilient.
Okay, interesting. I will get those examined at some point. Yeah, he just heads back to his camp.
Okay. The rest of the night will go uneventful.
Good, that's what I like.
And at the end of the day, you'll be able to get a short rest in.
Okay. So I can spend hit dice at this point, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is pertaining to hit dice for healing, and you can, for spellcasters, you can refresh your spells prepared, just not regain spell slots.
That's fine.
And this is for class and racial abilities that require a short rest. So if you have a short ability from your class or race that refreshes on short rest, you get that back also.
Cool. Pretty sure it takes me back a minute. Yes, it does. Okay, cool. Yeah, so then this morning, he sort of clears up his camp
All right.
as responsibly as he can, as he knows how to. And heads off. How difficult would it be to cross the river at this point?
Give me.
Or how wide is the river at this point?
It's pretty wide. You're looking at probably about 75 feet.
Yeah, 3 rounds of almost 6 rounds. Okay.
You can try a survival or nature.
Let's give survival a wisdom based. 17 survival.
You'd see that it looks like it might be a little bit hazardous to cross here.
Okay.
The waters are very dark, almost giving you a sense of great depth.
Especially for a dwarf. He'll continue along the side of the river.
All right. And you'll get on down closer to you'll be getting yourself down about here by the end of the day. It's basically a brisk day. The sun, partly sunny. As clouds are traveling on by, you're hearing the squeak of mice in the field, the slapping of fish in the river from time to time. So everything seems very natural.
He'll be keeping an eye out. If at any point he spots somewhere on the river that looks like it would be easier to cross, he might do a sort of more.
Give me a perception check.
14.
You think you see a boat coming up from what looks like over, according to your map, where Mistwood would be up the up the creek. In fact, I'll change color on that. I will make it. You seen this? What you think is a boat right here coming up your way?
Okay. As it gets slightly closer, Kilbar will try and hail it.
Okay, how are you gonna hail it? This is getting towards evening. There you put in a good long day's travel, but it's not dark, but it's getting around that time where it's getting darker.
How do I want to do this? It's getting darker. He will pull out his tinderbox and light the torch that he's got. And proceed to wave the torch and call in common. Something along the lines of Ho Traveller.
Yep. And the boat, seeing your torch and everything, will come your way and eventually beach up side of the river where you're at, and hail you in common. You'll see this kind of underfed, lanky boatsman pushing the boat with a pole.
Okay. Kilbar will ask where he's headed.
Oh, heading upriver. Got a couple stops I gotta make. Bombonic, I gotta stop there, and Lamont. Probably ought to go up there and see if I can get some supplies to ship down, and maybe make a little bit of coin, and Konya. If I can get a reason to go there, I might try my luck there. Why? What can I do for you there, Master Dwarf? And he seems somewhat respectful in tone, but yet behind the tone may be a little bit of indignation.
Sure. Kilbar says, well, good sir, I have been travelling for about a day now, looking for a place to cross this here river. I would be extremely grateful if you would be willing to ferry me across. What does Kilbar think is a sort of reasonable price for this kind of thing?
Let me see. What would be? Roll me a knowledge from
Just straight intelligence.
just knowledge, either intelligence or wisdom. I'll give you either one because you've had to listen through your time as a soldier to people talking about the prices of ferries and goods on the river.
Of all times. That's a natural 20 for 24 wisdom.
Okay. You would kind of think that maybe an iron piece would be more than sufficient.
Okay. So Kilbar, sort of finishing off the sentence that you were saying, I'd be very grateful if you'd be willing to ferry me across. could see to it that three iron pieces come your way.
Wow. Roll me persuasion with advantage.
18.
He'll hem and haw and say, "Well, Master Dwarf, these are hard times. I see that you're worn thin." Than an dwarf. You think they were small little elves. And he'll chuckle again. And but I'll go ahead and slow my trip down, and I'll take you across for that. I know it's hard on me, making me late for my deliveries, but you look to be a good cause.
You have nothing, sir. Thoradin will move over to get into the boat if he allows it.
Don't rock the boat. Take it easy there. She's a little bit old. My father's father gave it to him.
Family heirloom, very
and I'm
impressive.
kind of borrowing it right here for this.
I see.
You see small leaks coming from the sideboards and stuff. Nothing major, but it's dampish in there. It's not been taken care of maybe to the utmost.
Do I think that I would be able to fix this with the mending?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kilbar will reach over. It takes 1 minute to cast it, but he reaches over to what he thinks is a mysterious leak, puts his hand on it, and as they're going across, mumbles in Dwarvish as the wood starts to knit back together.
No problem. You get that done, and you'll get back across over onto the other side of the river, and the human will turn to you and say, "I don't believe what they say about you dwarves," and like that. But remember the name of Gola if you ever need another helping hand across the river, and that one will do on the house. You've been a good passenger.
Would you spell that for me, please, Charles?
Say what?
Spell the name for me.
Golla.
Thank you. And he's a
Human. Very much.
Okay, cool. Koa says, I am very grateful for that. If I'm still in Mistwood when you return, look me up and I will see to repairing the rest of your boat.
And he'll say, why are you going to Mistwood?
I'm searching for 2 people. They are rumoured to have been last seen around Mistwood. They were cursed by HAGS. I'm looking to rescue them.
He'll say, "Whoa, I don't want no part of that, but I'll tell you what the tale was. My father was in town when they brought in the Teamster. He was a dwarf too, this Teamster, and the hag and her minions did plenty of harm to him, and they saved him and brought him on into the Teamsters to have him taken care of. They were a mighty bunch. They stood 10 feet tall, my father said. Oh, they were strong as 5 Goliaths put into one. They were outstanding human beings. Oh, no, they weren't humans. It was a, that's right. Oh, let me get, Father did say they were like 5 Goliaths, but they were a gnome and a halfling and such. Yes, I've heard of them. Good luck in finding them. She has plenty of her minions and some of the darkest souls out hunting them down. The poor souls. If there was anything I could do, I'd sell them. Oh, hold on. I'd help them.
Yes, I met some of the HAGS minions last night. Suffice to say, I'm still here and they're not. Anyway, I should be off. Thank you for your information. I will get to the Teamster building first.
And may the gods go with you, especially Poseidon.
Just one thing to note. I bumped into one kobold not far from Botanic. I would be on the lookout if I were you.
Thank you. Loads. Those kobolds, they are bothersome.
Yes,
I lost a brother to one of them.
My condolences.
Well, thank you.
I'm sure he's with Morrigan now.
Oh, I don't know who this Morrigan is, but I'm sure Poseidon is making sure he has smooth seas.
Yes, well, if that's all, go our hands over the 3 iron pieces as agreed.
And he'll, big old grin from ear to ear pop open. He'll take the 3 iron pieces quickly, and then he'll shove them down a pouch that he has on his raggedy pants.
Charles, iron pieces are 10 iron pieces to 1 copper?
Yes. No, 10 copper to 1 iron, I believe.
10 copper to 1 iron.
Yeah. I believe. Let me double check.
But 10 copper is 1 silver.
Let's see here. Let me double check before I wreck myself. I'm getting old, and my memory ain't what it used to be. Why am I going that route? Looking in all the wrong places. For stuff I got right handy. Basically handy. Sorry about this.
No worries.
Maps.
Don't worry about it, Charles. We'll find it after
Well,
we finish.
got it right here. Just having got too many things going on the computer, so it's slowing it down
No worries.
a bit as far as that. But, there's 10 bronze pieces to 1 iron, 20 iron to 1 copper. And
You say 20 iron to 1 copper?
yeah,
Okay. So... Sure, okay, yep.
but bronze pieces are the lowest, iron's next.
And then it proceeds as per 5th edition.
Pretty much. As far as that. Adamantium is the only, I think it's adamantium and platinum are the only 2 that are outside of the standard breakdown
Sure, got it.
because they're rare.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah.
So across the river,
Yep.
how far do I think it is to Mistwood at this moment?
At this juncture where he drops you off on the river, he takes you across almost up to where you saw him. Let's see. Change that. Put it back to yellow. So no. He'll drop you off right here.
Okay.
You figure from looking at the map and whatnot that you probably have about 2/3 of a day to get into Mistwood.
Okay. So not worth traveling through the night. He'll set up another camp, but without a fire this time.
All right.
Thinking
You'll hear throughout the night howling of what sounds to be wolves. Also, you'll hear what you unmistakably know as being war howl and snarls off in the distance, like there's a hunting party or a scout party looking like for something, and you would definitely associate it over to the gnome and the halfling that seem to be being hunted
Yeah, they're looking for that. Okay. Do I feel like any of them are likely to follow me?
Say again?
Like, how close are these noises?
Well, you'd say sometimes they seem like they're real close, like maybe a quarter mile off, which would be closer than you'd want for comfort,
Yeah.
but not so close that they're picking up your scent or your camp, being that you're running a cold camp.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think for now he's just gonna sort of hold his position.
All right, that's no problem. You'll you'll make it through the night, with no issues. Outside of just the harassment of the wards and the search parties and stuff off in the distance there, where it's keeping you a little bit wary, but not too bad as as far as that. And next morning, we'll say about 8 o'clock, you wake up, get yourself camp,
Yep.
and head on off, and you'll make it to Mistwood.
Excellent.
And at the gate of Mistwood, and we'll go ahead and end it right there,
No problem.
and put up another continuation for this. As far as that, if nothing else, it will get you another XP. But you can go ahead and give yourself 2 XP for this one,
Thank you very much.
because you had quite a few battles between the Darkling and the Kobold Dragon Shield.
Ah, that's why I didn't die.
Yes.
I was like, this is a tough kobold.
Well, I had to go to my random monsters that I keep on hand for and trying to keep it within the proper challenge rating. That's why only one Kobold Dragon Shield there. They're CR1. And
That makes sense.
and the Darklings, they're CR half. But they're fun. They're fun little ones for something like that. So as far as that, so you'll be leveled up to level 2, and after the next game, you'll definitely be able to pop yourself up to level 3.
Yeah. This character should be interesting.
What?
This character, the Order Domain is it's unfortunate. It's kind of designed to be played with a party that very much support and that kind of thing.
Well, I was hoping for a party. I was just playing with David Alexander earlier with Caius in a old campaign that Caius finally got himself situated to restart prior to this one, and so I don't know why David didn't make it, but and I was hoping that a couple of the others would have, because that would have gave a lot more funner feel, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that was good. I'm really looking forward to being able to play the game with other people, because the Order Domain's first level ability is all about when I cast a spell on an ally, they can use their reaction to make a weapon attack against a creature of my choice, which should work really nicely, especially with a rogue, because then they get to sneak attack. But we shall see. Thank you for running for just me, though. I
Oh,
appreciate it.
no problem, Ryan. I know you've been trying to get into a game and like that, and I had to do the same thing for David there that started this crazy hag thing, and whatnot. He, and it would have been nice that you would have that they would have been here so I could have had you run on into them. But I didn't want to have you run into them with them not being here.
Well, no, not at all.
I'd rather have them play out their characters instead of kind of
For sure.
forcing the hand on it. But I hope you enjoyed it.
Absolutely, I did.
And like that. But till next time.
Yes, I will speak to you next time.
All right. Have a good one. Thanks for
You
playing.
too. Thanks, Charles.
Bye.
Bye.